you find this, just know that the energy is moving in the right direction here. This is a little bit more on the career, money, finance aspect of things, or dream oriented. So, what I would say here with the Ace of Cups is there is some kind of blessing still coming in for you. So, I know on previous reads there was something that still spoke to that, and again, it's still showing up in the read. So, whenever it is that you find this, just know that you're already in the energy of it. Something is definitely going to be coming in for you. This could be, I mean, it could be a relationship or a significant person that is very money oriented, somebody who's very entrepreneurial, or at least has a really good grasp of finance, and is quite wealthy, or hangs on to money and puts it into, effective vehicles, whether this is in banking or real estate or whatever it is. But either way, this is somebody who knows how to handle money. So this also can speak to you as that blessing coming in that seems to be putting you on in a good position financially. So either way, there is some sense with the Ace of Cups. Again, there could be a friendship or some kind of a connection to somebody that is, emotionally satisfying for you, but also one of a good partnership. So there could be some aspects of yourself here as well that, you're allowing yourself to be more open emotionally to this new money path or to another person, but you recognizing your feelings, your time, all of these things are sort of heart, like it's a path of a heart, right? So this is something that I feel like you were able to emotionally invest in some way. The card of King of Pentacles, again, I feel like this is a strong money path if it's speaking to you in that way, but the strong money path definitely speaks to some sense of being protected, provided for. It's a traditional path here with the King of Pentacles, but it's still a very conservative but ambitious one. And it definitely speaks to somebody who's very industrious in the way that they bring about their wealth, and that creates true happiness here with this blessing. So it's also something that you're growing within. So whatever this is, feel free to make those mistakes and be vulnerable, take risks, whatever it takes here, because this environment is going to put you in a place of having made the right choices because you've considered yourself. You've considered yourself and your stability and your finance. So again, this is a very responsible person. It's a very responsible place. It's somebody who's responsible with money, whether this is you or another person. It's using those resources wisely, knowing what you value, and creating a good standard for yourself. But it's also very benefiting your emotional resources as well, and your time and energy. So it's appreciating what you have, grateful for all of that. But it's also, again, a time of being protected financially. And so there is something here about a gift of some sort that's coming in that is somehow benefiting you in a multitude of ways. We also have the sort of I guess, a side note with that, also speaks to everything flowing more with the water signs. And it definitely speaks to, emotional material abundance, that kind of thing. There's a harmonious balance between those two areas of your life as it comes in for you. Again, you're all on different timelines. This isn't specific to November, December, but it's certainly you're in the energy of it. But there is going to be some kind of emotional healing and spiritual growth because you've taken a practical approach to something as well. And so you can definitely expect a very positive outcome either way. So the conclusion of that kind of balance there would be emotional, material balance, and things are kind of working together practically. There's a lot more confidence, a lot more emotional balance, a lot more spiritual balance, and you're integrating all of that very well. The next little combination of cards here is the Ace of Swords. I did these ones as a few clarifiers, but the Ace of Swords as well as, oh, sorry, I'll start with the other one because that was the first one out. The Page of Swords was the main energy next to the Queen of Swords. So there could be a connection here of some sort. Younger person, older person, again, could be teens, 20s, something like that, where there may have been some conflict or some distance or some indifference. But either way, with that combination in a more general sense, it definitely speaks to a lot of mental energy between this combination. So Again, there's something here about, there's something here in around an approach that is being mindful of the way you communicate, being mindful with this other person, perhaps, but being a new start. Sorry, guys, a new start where there's a lot of curiosity. You're eager to kind of move into this new energy. But it's also a fresh new start where there's a lot more clarity about how you're going forward with this person. And so I feel like the approach is one of being curious and a lot more open, albeit more along the lines of intellectually developing this situation or connecting on that level. It's also about being very clear-headed as far as how you approach something. It would be based along, you're looking for the things that actually match up, like the things that actually increase awareness, I guess is what I would say in that connection. So it's a desire to learn, it's a desire to grow, explore new ideas. It's about being honest with yourself and another person. And it's also somewhere in the line of seeking out the truth and knowledge in how you want, and you're going to use that to approach your challenges. When you find this, again, you're already in the energy of this because it's coming through here, but there's something here that's very powerful, talking to or speaking to wisdom and truth seeking. And so I feel like you just want, you're in a personal, you're in a path of some sort where you're trying to gain deeper understanding of another person, a connection, or the other person is seeking that of you as well. So there's something here in that. Sorry, guys, my throat seems to get a little bit drier as I talk. So the other part of it is too, again, Queen of Swords, it does feel like it's more of a mature energy coming in here, but that's somebody who is very perceptive as well. Could be a little more aloof or holding back in terms of emotions at this time whenever you find this, but it feels like there's an awareness of feelings, but you're communicating them in a very moral way. So, you're not deviating from the truth. Everything is straightforward, upfront. You're keeping an open mind. There's no restrictions because of the judgments of others, because you're really in a space of just being honest. And no matter how painful something is, you're just facing up to any difficult truths, but you're using your logical way of communicating or dealing with the situation. So I would say that's a big part of it. We also have the card of Ace of Swords and Judgment. So Ace of Swords and Judgment, that is really being clear in a situation, but it's not only just being clear, it's also a wake-up call to it's a wake-up call to a situation. So whether this is a particular relationship or a wake-up call to your own personal call, there's something here that's really going to transform your life here very shortly. And I feel like you can trust your inner voice, but it's definitely one of a new beginning or some kind of a big breakthrough that's going to lead to a money path, lead to something financially gaining, worthwhile, something there's a sense of being impartial here as well, with this new beginning, because you don't want to take old baggage into a new situation, because that is obviously going to just repeat itself with the same old story. So it's really more of a transformative card when I see the Judgment card coming out. But you are getting clear on this new beginning, and you're trusting in yourself to go forward with a sharp mind in whatever this new start is. Like I said, the Queen of Swords definitely speaks to, being a lot more keen in a situation, but there is some kind of a communication coming through there as well with that Page of Swords. Quick thinker. I feel like you're really alert when you do find this. And again, it's something about speaking honestly. But I feel like you've got some kind of new excitement because of a new interest of some sort that's coming through here. And I would say, as a side note, debate, don't argue. So there is a difference between the two. It's okay to debate, to negotiate, to find some middle ground, and maybe there's a sacrifice, but I don't see specifically any sacrifice. I feel like everything's going to balance out. Sorry, guys, coffee. But either way, it just feels like there is something that's coming in that's really going to shake things up as far as a breakthrough around finances, around ideas. You've got a new perspective. There's some kind of discovery of something here. And it's kind of like whether this is just a moment of clarity, it somehow shifts you into a new perspective. So, again, I feel like you can trust this because you're going to be cutting away anything that was complicating and unnecessary. And you're really getting to the core of things to get something done. You're really, really focused in this period, this next, probably aligning in the next 3 to 4 months, I would say. But there's something that you are aligning with, and certain things are going to fall away because you are now sharply focused on kind of taking the plunge and getting into something here. So, and again, the judgment card is definitely that card of, a wake up call, something big breakthrough, something that's, quite significant in the change. But I still feel like you're on the right path. There is something here that has to be, it's a practical money path for sure. It's definitely something that's to your advantage. Definitely, definitely. And I just feel like you can see clear now where you're headed and how it's going to come about. So some kind of big epiphany is coming through here for you. Just be aware of that. It's a wake-up call. And I feel like you're transforming yourself out of some old pattern. And I'll get to the last cards here as well in the next few seconds, but I just wanted to also say, the card of judgment, next to the Ace of Swords, like that, again, it's a really significant time for you. It might be worthwhile to write down something that, whatever this idea is that comes through, because it's going to be helping you to increase your finances. It's going to be able to help you to commit to things because you're so much more focused on creating a better life for yourself, but it's transforming you in some way. So as well, so some kind of spiritual awakening to a hidden knowledge perhaps. But it's definitely going to balance you out and put you in the driver's seat, because when we get to the card of justice and the King of Wands, I mean, that's the energy of taking charge of your life. That's being fair, impartial. This is somebody who embodies truth. This is someone who is, likes to make a decision that's fair for all. You're in that space of being able to manifest your reality in some way with that King of Wands. So it's also that energy of having a really strong sense of purpose, very driven by your passion and creative ideas. And you can definitely expect a really good outcome with that card there. So again, there's something here about taking kind of a leadership role to achieve your goals. Maybe even one that's a little bit more along the lines of a charismatic role, because a king is somebody who has a very entrepreneurial energy. So whether you are that now or you're about to move into that, it still speaks to energy around putting you back into a very powerful sort of leadership kind of position. So, whatever that is for you, I feel like you're able to use those leadership skills, take control of a situation, visualize something, because this is a visionary. This is somebody who has a lot of energy, passion, intensity behind whatever it is that they do, whether it's in business, career, or personal relationships, that kind of thing. This is something where you're really balanced in how you go forward. You've overcome, or you are overcoming your challenges as they come up. If there is any kind of health issue, everything's going to balance out. If it is, it'd be in around, migraines or heartburn, something like that. But again, I feel like that's a really strong activating energy to express yourself, but still being very balanced in the way that you move this vision ahead. So, very strong self employment card. Definitely speaks to a lot of enthusiasm, but harnessing it from a very balanced place. So, again, it's more along the lines of inspired leadership, a little bit more charismatic, taking a risk, but thinking it out before you move on that risk. But there is definitely something here about a lot of self-reliance and confidence that you're harnessing at this time. So again, that is what I have for you. It's whenever you find this particular read, because this energy speaks to you when you find it. It wasn't specific to any particular time frame, but you're already in that energy. Just know that everything is still moving in the right direction. There's a lot of power and a lot of leadership skills, a lot of clarity, a lot of focus, a lot of research, a lot of energy about even connecting with people that have money, that kind of thing. And especially with that Ace of Cups energy and the King of Pentacles, because again, that's the energy of doing things in a methodical way, but still in that always looking for good places to put the money, because it's somebody who's got high status of some sort. So whether this is you or another person, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, could be relevant, but it's still dealing with things in a very practical kind of way. So again, I feel like this could be somebody who's coming in that may have been somehow, whether this is, I don't know if you know this person necessarily, but I don't see a card that really tells me that. But it feels like if it is somebody that's coming into your life, it just feels like it's a really strong energy of uh, a lot of intellectual sort of connection there as well. Even if this person is somebody who is quite well off, it would be still something in around the range of they're a blessing to your situation. Because the Ace of Cups, sorry guys, my stomach. Anyway, it's about those, potential in a early stage of a connection here of some sort. There's more of a promise that's coming through with this. And again, the Ace of Cups for sure is some kind of blessing coming through here. And it's going to speak to you all a little bit differently, but it definitely can speak to summertime for some. But I just feel like you're in a place of a smooth transition toward a happy situation with this new beginning that is definitely going to bring about some finance, some upgrade, something that is a fortunate increase. And again, however it speaks to you there, it's definitely about a really positive route forward.